Let's talk about a feeling that, well, pretty much everyone knows. That knot you get in your stomach when you really want to speak up, but you just can't. This is all about conversational confidence, why it can feel so hard to grasp, and more importantly, how you can actually start building it, starting right now. You know that thing you do, you walk away from a chat and bam, your brain immediately starts replaying the whole thing. You're cringing at every word you said, or maybe you're kicking yourself for all the things you didn't say. It's this frustrating little loop, and trust me, you are not the only one stuck in it. Or how about this one? You feel totally prepared. You walk into a room, you're feeling good, you're ready to connect, and then the second you open your mouth, poof, all that confidence just evaporates, and suddenly you feel awkward and clumsy, like you don't belong there. If any of that sounds familiar, here's the most important thing you need to hear. You're not alone. This is not some personal failure. See, confidence isn't some magic trait that you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, it's something you can build, piece by piece. So let's start there. Let's just acknowledge that feeling for a second, what I'm calling that awkward feeling. Because you can't really fix something until you understand it, right? But why does it happen? What is actually going on inside our heads in those moments? Well, that brings us to what I like to call the confidence killers. These are the real culprits that are sabotaging you from the inside out. It pretty much always boils down to one of these four things. First, you've got overthinking. Your mind is working so hard to come up with the absolute perfect thing to say that you completely miss the flow of the conversation. Then there's the fear of judgment, that little voice in your head that's constantly worrying, what are they thinking of me? Third is comparing yourself to others. You see someone who just seems so charming and effortless, and you immediately feel like you don't measure up. And finally, bad past experiences. That one cringy moment from years ago that basically trained your brain to just stay quiet, play it safe. And really, underneath all of those, you'll find the biggest killer of them all. This one simple question. What if I sound stupid? That single thought, that one fear, is powerful enough to stop us from sharing amazing ideas, asking really important questions, or, just being ourselves. It's a monster. Okay, so that's the problem, we get it. But what's the solution? Well, it's actually not some complicated new technique. It's a huge mindset shift. And it all starts with what I'm calling a simple truth. Listen to this, because this is so important. Let it really sink in. While you are totally obsessing over what they think of you, they are almost certainly busy obsessing over what you think of them. Seriously, everyone is the main character in their own movie. And the second you truly get that, it's like a massive weight just lifts off your shoulders. And that leads to this huge reframing of the whole situation. See, we think conversations are some kind of performance, where we have to be witty and smart and perfect to earn everyone's approval. But the reality, true confidence has nothing to do with performing. It's about being comfortable enough to just be human, a little imperfect, maybe sometimes awkward, but completely authentic. So how do we actually do that? This is where we get practical. Let's open up your confidence toolkit.
Here are 5 super simple things you can start doing, today. Number 1, slow down your speech. It's amazing, but this one little change instantly makes you sound more composed, and it gives your brain a second to catch up. 2, focus on listening, not impressing. Seriously, stop planning your next line. When you actually listen to the other person, confidence just sort of happens as a side effect. 3, use simple sentences. You don't need big, fancy words. Clarity is always, always better than complexity. 4, practice micro-confidence. Just aim to speak up once a day. One small sentence is a huge win. And finally, number 5, accept awkwardness. An awkward pause isn't failure. It's just a sign that you're in the game, and that's exactly where you grow.
Okay, theory is great. But what do you do in that split second when you feel that anxiety starting to creep in? Let's look at confidence in action. So next time you're in a conversation and you feel that panic start to rise, I want you to remember this simple 3-step move. First, take a deep breath. It literally calms your nervous system down. Then, pause. It's okay. You do not have to fill every single silence. And then, speak. Just speak, even if your voice shakes a little bit. That is what real confidence actually looks and feels like. So as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this one final thought. We all have this idea in our heads that confidence is loud, it's bold, it's always having the perfect comeback. But that's not it. Not at all. Real confidence, true confidence, is much quieter than that.
It's calm. It's this internal feeling of self-trust that doesn't need anyone else's approval to know its own worth.
At the end of the day, confidence isn't about the absence of fear. It's about having the courage to act despite that fear. It's showing up even when you feel unsure. The goal was never to be perfect. The goal is just to be present. So the real question is, what's the one small thing you're going to choose to say today?